rest and recover. This is something what we hear very often, and we know that it's important, but we barely find time to do so. We have a busy schedule that often leads to a lack of resting for the body, but also resting for the mind. This is important too. This yin yoga session will provide you an opportunity for deep relaxation, allowing your body to rest and restore. Practicing yoga, even if it's just for a few minutes a day, don't put pressure on it, can be a form of self-care in your busy schedule. And taking care for yourself, even in very small portions, can help you a lot to feel more balanced, nourished, and better equipped to handle the challenges and craziness your busy lifestyle offers you every day. And of course, there are some physical benefits for your health as well, such as improved circulation in your body, your digestion gets stimulated, lymphatic flow. So let's promote some relaxation and healing in the body. You're ready? Let's start. Let's start in child's position, your hips on your heels, your forehead on the mat, and just arrive on the mat. I know life is busy and there's probably so much going on in your head, but try to step away. So thinking and letting go, recognizing your thoughts, but let them flow. Connecting with your breath, inhale through the nose, out through the nose. Expanding your ribs when you inhale, and release tension and stuff that doesn't serve you anymore with every exhalation. Finding your way into a tabletop position, so we start to massaging the spine, waking up the body a little bit, so rounding the spine as you exhale. And as you inhale, let your belly drop down, your chest goes forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, your chin goes towards the chest. And exhale, drop the belly, chest goes forward, creating space in your spine, your vertebrae, your discs. Make them move a little bit. So, and as I told you, you plan your life and things happen. So I got some company here. Let's find a way into the heart-melting pose. Your hips are over your knees. Your forehead is resting on the mat. And think about this pose as it's named, heart-melting pose. Your heart really wants to reach down. Your fingertips are reaching forward. That opens up the shoulders. And while you're here, let's talk about the principles of yin and yang. Because yang is movement. It's our everyday life. It's our eyes that move and focus all the time. It's our thoughts spinning through our head. It's our digestion, words, everything that happens is yang. Versus yin is the stillness. But we always have the urge to get things done. So it almost feels like we are uncomfortable in the space of stillness. We kind of feel guilty when we don't get things done. But after we get this done, there's another thing we need to get done. Because you know what? The truth is, we are never done. So with this in your mind, that it is okay to be here, to nourish your system, your body, to try to find some stillness, even though the life around you makes it very challenging to find some stillness. Stay with your breath through the nose, in and out, all the way deep into the belly. No judgment and no expectations. Try to let go with every exhalation a little bit more. Breathing and releasing. And then find your way slowly out of this pose. 3 minutes are over. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, massaging the spine a little bit, so waking up, rounding the spine, drop the belly down to the mat. Exhaling, rounding, inhale, belly drops down. Rounding as you exhale, inhale, belly drops down, your chest really reaches up, opening the front body. And then bring your left foot forward between your hands and really shift your hips forward. The timer is started at 3 minutes. You can stay here as you are, or you can bring both hands on the inside of your front foot, so that gives your shoulder a little bit space to sink a little bit deeper. Try to find a spot where you can breathe versus being in a very uncomfortable situation. And I know this pose is already uncomfortable, so try to make it not even more uncomfortable. Working here on your hips. Our hips associated with water, the element water, keeping everything flowing. Creating space here, since our hips are not moved very much in our daily life. And as we go back to the principles of yin and yang, it's all about the contrasts in our life. Like, without the sun, there is no moon. Without love, no anger. Happiness and sadness belong together. And without the night, there is no day. Giving and receiving. This is what yin and yang also is about balancing it all. The contrasts determine our lives. And it is really important to balance, because we experience more tension than we work on relaxation, of letting go. Try to sink a little bit deeper into your hip here. You can let your head just hang. Make this uncomfortable position as comfortable as possible. So, with that said, you are done. Bring both hands right and left from the front leg and straighten the front leg. Bring your toes up towards the sky. Releasing the tension out of the right hip and creating space in the back side of your left leg. And then rocking very slowly a little bit back and forth. The same here, inviting some movement. You've created space so everything can flow. And now moving a little bit to support the flowing in your body. And lucky us, we have two different sides. So bring the right foot forward and really shift the hip forward. You can stay with your hands right and left of the foot, or you can bring both hands to the inside so that your right shoulder fits next to your right knee. Stay here. If you want to, you can come onto your underarms. Wherever you choose to go, find a space of no judgment, of no expectations, and of just sinking into this pose. What I love so much about the yoga practice is that life always happens. So you barely find an hour or so just for yourself. If you have kids, there's always life going on around you. And this is okay, because this is the practice to find calmness and peace in the chaos around you. To step away, take a deep breath, recalibrate, and go on. Just recharging a little bit. Working breath by breath to invite peace and calmness into your body, but even more important, into your mind. And if you find your mind walking around, that's totally fine, but try to come back into this present moment, connecting with this moment by connecting with your breath. You're almost there. Very, very slowly. Keep breathing. Bring the hands right and left from the front foot and shift your hips back. Tension gets out of the left hip, right leg straightens, everything can flow. Create space in the back side of your right leg, and then very slowly shifting back and forth, inviting some movement, supporting the flow, and most important, keep breathing deep into the belly. And then find your way all the way down onto your belly. Place your elbows underneath your shoulders, and your forearms are resting on the mat. The timer set to 3 minutes. Place your feet down to the mat, and let your head just hang heavy. This supports the natural curve of your lower back. Because if you are sitting a lot through your day, and to be honest, we get up in the morning and we sit down to have a coffee or breakfast, then we get up, sit down into the car to drive to work, to drive the kids to school, or even sitting on a bike is sitting, to arrive at the office, to find our chair and to sit down, getting up for a little break, just to have a coffee with a colleague, just to sit down, and so on. So we are sitting a lot. This gets the tension out of the lower back, out of the shoulders, and opens up the front body. Because when we sit, we tend to round forward. That makes the muscles in the front body a little bit tighter. So opening them up here. And really try to let your head hang heavy here. So bring your chin to the chest and allow your head to really feel heavy. So much planning and organizing, so many to-dos, thoughts that are swirling around in your head. And stay connected with your breath. That is the best way to calm your nervous system. So when you are really in a stressy situation, the best way to get focus is to breathe. Because once you're breathing equally, your nervous system calms down. And then slowly find your way into your tabletop position and rounding your spine as you inhale, belly drops down. As you exhale, rounding the spine. There's no need to rush and no need to hurry. In your time, in your pace, whatever feels nice and good for you here. So let's find a seated position. Bring your left knee in and cross it over the right leg. As you inhale, the right arm reaches up, and as you exhale with your right hand, you reach for your left knee. The left hand goes behind. And like a screw, you are twisting your spine. Your chest lifts up, and as you exhale, you are twisting a little bit more. Thinking about like a very wet towel that you are squeezing out. It's so many physical benefits in this position. But what I like the most here is you're massaging your kidneys, being in this position, breathing deeply, and also your liver. And they are organs that support your body to detox. Detox means to digest and to let go, right? And we know that we need to detox from time to time from unhealthy foods, unhealthy drinks. But what about our unhealthy thoughts? The unhealthy words we hear, even in self-talk, or other people say to us. We also need to let go of these things. We need to digest. Let them settle down. Take a deep breath in and twist a little bit more as you exhale. So really releasing the things that don't serve you anymore. If it feels good here, you can close your eyes. Staying for a couple of more breaths. Inviting with every inhalation peace and calmness. And release tension with the exhalation. And with your next inhalation, you slowly come back center. You uncross the left leg. Place both feet down to the mat, swing the legs from side to side. Again, inviting some movement, this time into the hips. Allowing the hips to move, the hip joint. And changing sides. So this time, left leg is straight, the right leg crosses over the left. As you inhale, lengthening the spine, your left elbow or your left hand goes to the knee. The right hand is behind you. And then really twist into this pose. The timer is set. And we stay here for about 3 minutes. Send your breath all the way deep into the belly. Recognizing how your belly rises and falls. Relax the skin between your eyebrows and allow your tongue to roll away from the roof of your mouth. Because once we experience stress, the tension starts in the mouth. Because we start to press the teeth together and the tongue all the way up to the roof of our mouth. So allow here also the tension to release, not only on the mat right now, but also on your daily basis when you experience stress, when things raise up. Keep focus on your breath and relax the face muscles. Relax your left foot here, so the leg that is straightened out is relaxed. And maybe with the next exhalation you can sink in a little bit deeper into the twist by twisting even more. Lengthening out the back muscles, especially here in the lower back. Your abs, very slightly. This should feel good here. And then you come back center as you inhale, uncrossing the legs. Place both feet back on the mat and then let the legs swing from side to side. Inviting some movement here. Keep going, swinging from side to side. I need to remove a tick real quick. I found a tick behind the ear of my son. As life happens, we need to react to it, right? And when you're done, find your way all the way down to the mat. If you have a block, you can use a yoga block. If you have like a big pillow, just grab a pillow and place it underneath your hips so that your hips are a little bit elevated. You can also use a very thick book. And find the spot where this doesn't hurt, where you have the bony part of your lower back. Your heart is a little bit lower here than your hips. So the heart rate goes down, which also promotes your nervous system to calm down. And very good, you're sending some blood to your face, to your brain. Because when you think about your hips are never higher than your heart in your daily life. Even when we are in bed, the hips are on level with the heart and with the head. So here the head is the lowest part. And while you breathe deeply into the belly, inviting oxygen into your bloodstream, your body supports the blood flow to your heart and to your face and your brain. Very good as anti-aging effect, of course, creating circulation in the face. Allow really to settle your weight on the block or the book or the pillow underneath. Maybe setting your focus onto your belly button, how it rises and falls. It is so important to pause without this guilty feeling of doing more, being faster, getting things done. Slowly remove the block or the pillow by coming all the way up onto your toes. Roll vertebrae by vertebrae back down to the mat and then let the legs swing from side to side if you have space on your mat. And then hug your knees in. Give yourself a very big hug here, rolling a little bit from side to side So you're massaging your your back, your lower back with your own body weight. And then grab your feet with your hands. So the knees are on the outside. You try to bring the knees as close as possible towards the floor. Chin to your chest. And just stay here and breathe deeply into your belly, allowing your ribcage to expand with every inhalation. And let go with the exhalation. Letting go of thoughts that don't serve you anymore. Letting go of emotions that don't serve you anymore. It is okay to let go, because once we open our hands and let go, our hands are free for something new. So bring your feet down to the mat, slightly release, and let your legs swing from side to side. Inviting some movement into your groins, into your hips, and then finding your way slowly up to seated position. I'll set the timer to 3 minutes for our final relaxation, the final pose in every yoga session, Shavasana. So find a very comfortable position laying on your back. If you tend to have cold feet, just put a blanket over your legs and over your feet. Just get as comfy as possible. And then take a deep inhale through the nose, open your mouth, and let the old and used air out of the body. Send your awareness all the way down to your feet and let your feet just naturally roll to the outside. Relax your calves and knees and your thighs. Allow your legs that walked with you some miles already, that brought you to this point in your life, with all the ups and lows. But in this very moment, allow your legs to relax and to let go, to sink into the mat. Let your breath flow freely to your body. Allow your shoulders to relax and to roll back. Your shoulders, there's no responsibility to carry in this moment. Relax your upper arms, elbows, forearms, and your hands. Allow your arms, the extension of your heart, to sink into the mat and to let go. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue roll away from the roof of your mouth. And relax the skin between your eyebrows. In this moment, there's nothing to do. With every inhalation, invite peace and calmness. And with every exhalation, let go of the feelings of stress and tension. And slowly invite some movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes, maybe rolling onto your right or left side. And just enjoying this moment of peace that you've created. Before life kicks back in, I know your to-do list is waiting, the tasks are waiting. So in your time, when you're ready, slowly find your way back up to a seated position so that we can close this beautiful yoga session together. So place your hands on your thighs, roll your shoulders all the way up to your ears and back. And as you inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Bring the hands together, connect right and left. Bring the thumbs to your forehead for positive thoughts, to your mouth for nice and kind words, and to your heart for respect, love, and namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today on the mat. I hope you enjoyed it. High five. Have a great day.